Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give our praises to YAHAWAH,
Bahashem,
YAHAWASHI,
Bahashem,
YAHAWASHI. Double honors unto the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hope of the elect, the men that are pushing his truth in the four corners, in the highways and byways.
Khan.
And once again, all praises, honor, and glory belongs to YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI,
Bahashem,
Rakakwadash. Alright, this is your brother Yakal.
Brother, yeah, what's up?
And this lesson basically, can touch on a question, right? And the question is, how far are you willing to go to please Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? All right, and we're gonna start off with Sirach chapter 43, and we'll read from 27. They say, "We may speak much and yet come short. Wherefore, in some he is all." All right, and we being carnal or of this flesh, we may try to describe the Most High, or to I'll just say, to put in words the power or the magnitude of the Most High, but yet still we will come short, and the only thing that we could say at the end of it is that He is all.
Okay.
To prove that, we go to Psalms 147 verse 5.
Right, this is Psalms chapter 147 verse 5. Great is our Yahweh, and of great power. His understanding is infinite.
Yeah, infinite, and the word infinite meaning uncountable.
Let's check the Hebrew on that, Baba Kusha. Yeah, it can be measured, in other words. You can't put a rule to it. And on one note, Baba Kusha, we'll find a similar precept too.
Psalms. And throughout the scriptures, it say that who can search out the Most High?
Time.
Scriptures talk about his omnipotency.
Time.
147 verse 5. It say infinite.
And that's H4557 Masapar. Yeah.
Alright? It say number, tail, number, innumerable with negative.
Negative shows the balance of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Few, numerable, alone by count in number, according to number with proposition.
And it's beautiful that they got through the spirit, alone is in bracket because it's none like Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. There can't be two infinite things, right? It could only be one infinite being.
Yeah, say the Strong's definition, a number definitely arithmetical.
Yeah, arithmetical.
Or indefinitely large, innumerable, small, a few. Also abstractly narration. Alright, but basically what it's saying is that it's innumerable. It can't be counted. Alright?
I just got a quick precept, Babusha.
Yeah, bring it out.
This is Psalms 119 verse 96. I have seen the end of all perfection, but thy commandment is exceedingly broad.
Yes,
so David through the spirit said he saw the end of perfection, as in he's seen the last, every bit of it. But Yahweh Hashem Yahushai words are exceedingly broad. You can't even see it in the distance of how broad it is. There's no end to it, in other words, it's beyond perfection, infinite.
Okay. Alright, Sirach 43 verse 28. How shall we be able to magnify him? For he is great above all his works. Because we see his creation, the trees, the birds, the eagle and whatnot. We say that these were wonderfully wonderfully made.
Yeah.
But the Lord is great above all his creation.
Yeah.
Alright. Verse 30. Say, when ye glorify Yahweh, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary. for ye can never go far enough. Alright? So whenever it is that you come before the Most High to glorify Him, to praise Him, you have to put your best foot forward. Put your strength, your soul, into it. Because at the end of the day, we could never go far enough. We could never read enough. We could never study enough. We could never shoot enough videos. It's verse 31. Who had seen him that he might tell us, and who could magnify him as he is? And the only person that can magnify the Lord Yahawah as he is YAHAWASHI. Only YAHAWASHI had seen him, in his glory, in his perfection. Verse 32. There are yet hid greater things than these be, for we have seen but a few of his works. Right? You can go to Matthew chapter 10 and verse 39. 10 and 39, right?
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 10 verse 39. Say,
yeah, slack it. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
Yeah, it said for my sake shall find it. And what they're talking about is that, you come into this truth, and you losing your life, according to this flesh, the desires of this flesh, your degree, your cars, your houses, women, whatever it is. If you lose it for the Lord's sake, you're gonna find it. The Lord gonna reward you, and that's the mindset you need to be in. That if it comes down to losing everything that you get in this world, in this present world, the Lord gonna give it back to you.
A hundredfold.
A hundredfold, according to scriptures, according to the promise, Salakia.
Is Luke, Salakia, John 12 and 25.
John chapter 12, verse 25. It say, he that loveth his life loseth it. Right, so if you love the things that you have presently, and you're not willing to go far for the Most High, you're not willing to lose things of this world, of the Esau system, for the Most High, guess what? It say, 25, he that loveth his life loseth it. You're gonna lose it. Cause why? When the Lord, when the kingdom come, and that kingdom is established, you're gonna be in everlasting shame. So you're gonna lose your life. The nuclear destruction gonna destroy you. It's kind of redundant, but you get a point. It say, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. So if you're willing to go far enough, as to hate your own life, hate the things of this world, the things that you would have achieved, your degree and whatnot, you're gonna find your life. The Lord gonna give it unto you. You will have an eternal life. Alright, and we gonna go to Romans. It's Romans 12, verse 1.
Romans 12, verse 1. Yeah. Come.
It's Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahawah, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahawah, which is your reasonable service. And that's just plain to the point. Any precept?
Yeah, actually, I just want to expound a bit. Yeah, what the main lesson is, what would you give up to this powerful being that created us? What would you give up? What do you? The scripture says, "What shall you requite Yahawah?" And the word requite means repay. What could you do to give back to Yahawah Shai? And he says something. If you love me, keep my commandments. If you want wisdom and knowledge and understanding, just obey. He rather obedience than sacrifice.
God.
That's what he looks for, right? So we got to weigh the pros and cons of everything we do. Yeah, our job might hold us back sometimes from doing the works. Yeah, yeah, our livelihood, not livelihood, like our family life and so forth might hold us back and so forth. But there will come a time whereby you just gotta say, yo, F this, I gotta do YAHAWASHI or should I walk?
Be willing to make sacrifices.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking for a precept that says,
You see?
"You have not resisted unto death." This in Hebrews.
It's in Romans 4. Resisted unto blood.
Yeah, resist unto blood. Ah, I was thinking death.
Yeah, this is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 4.
Where that?
It says, Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
So until you shed some blood, if you haven't already, you don't resist us yet, because the Most High wants you to understand that He is He is a God of spirit and not a God of flesh. This flesh is just a test. It's just a shell to see if to see to prove to give Yahweh glory that He is above everything. That's basically why we're here, for the Most High to get the glory. At the end of the day, this is about Him. It's not about you. Yes, the Scripture says, "What is man that you are mindful of him?" He's just a father who's looking after his creation, his house, his footstool, you know. And He wants you to play your part to the best of your ability, not being lukewarm, not being sluggish, and so forth. And we reproving, we caught to ourselves, rebuking ourselves for this lesson, because we got to remind ourselves every time. But every time we wake up, you're willing to go on your knees and pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, even though you're however late for work, you're willing to say that prayer. Are you willing to read couple of chapters a day, even though you might need some sleep? But I'm not saying you're gonna burn yourself out, but you gotta walk in the spirit. There's certain essential things we gotta do in order to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And the Spirit has got on me for bringing this lesson, right? This scripture slack here. Where is it?
It's
Just had the words and it slipped me. Slack here. Anyway, you got precept off. It's something Yahweh Shai said on. Slack here. It's in front of black.
Yeah, so the question is once again is how far are you willing to go to please Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? Alright? And I hope this video was edifying. Shalom.
Shalom.